Welcome to the Prophecy Club. Today we're going to be talking about tracking. Yes, tracking us. Yes. Okay, so here's how these come to me. Every morning after praying, I go in and I start checking my emails. Now, I get emails from you guys out there, thank you very much, at AskStan@prophecyclub.com. I get emails from various sources. However, one of the best email sources is a fellow out of Kansas that does all kinds of internet searches. He sends me probably 10 to 20 emails a day on topics that relate to Bible prophecy. And these particular articles come from him. Thank you very much. The first article comes, matter of fact, I think all three articles come from a website called fastcompany.com. Never heard of it before, but found two or three good articles on there. Article headline is Big Brother, ICE, is going to start tracking license plates. Well, la-di-da, they're tracking everything today. Article says, in part, license plate data collection is apparently the one of the Obama-era programs that the Trump administration decided to keep. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency has officially regained access to Vigilant Solutions, a nationwide license plate recognition database, according to a contract finalized earlier this month. ICE first tested this system back in 2012 to see if it was effective at tracking undocumented immigrants. They liked it. So much that ICE now claims it is not seeking to build a license plate reader database and, quote, will not collect nor contribute any data to a national public or private database through this contract, which is the same argument it used back in 2015, the article says. It says that ICE will instead use this Vigilant Solutions database of more than 2 billion, that's billion with a B, license plate photos collected from vehicle repossession agencies and other groups that are into that sort of thing. This database search could reveal listen carefully, every place a given license plate has been spotted over the last 5 years. Yes, 5 years, including the homeowner's office, home, where they hang out, if they move on the highways, any kind of license plate data, if they're ever pulled over by the police or pass by a police officer. These readers are on bridges, all kinds of toll booths, and these ICE agents can receive instantaneous email alerts whenever a particular license plate hits the database. Well, you see, they're putting this as if this is a bad thing, trying to find, track, and arrest and deport immigrants. But do you see it something worse? Next article. There's unusual surveillance activity around D.C. and the senators want answers, the headline reads. Unusual cellular activity has been detected around Capitol Hill, and now 4 U.S. senators want some answers. The surveillance activity is akin to so-called stingrays that are used by law enforcement agencies to trick suspects' cell phones into revealing their locations. The Department of Homeland Security revealed that it had observed anomalous activity in the National Capital Region that appears to be consistent with international mobile subscriber identity catchers. What? Okay, well, here's the way it says that. Senators asked the Trump administration to release details about the possible surveillance, saying that the American people have a legitimate interest in understanding the extent to which the U.S. telephone networks are vulnerable to surveillance and are being actively exploited by hostile actors. What are they talking about? Well, these stingray devices mimic cell phone towers in order to force the cell phones in the area to transmit pings back to their devices, enabling law enforcement to track a suspect's phone and pinpoint its location. Okay, so all they're doing is complaining that they can track us by cell phones. Well, big deal. I mean, I thought they always did that, right? Yeah, they do. Okay, next article. Groups urge IBM not to use AI or artificial intelligence to help Trump deport immigrants. Now, this is a little bit different slant than the other article. These representatives for IBM attended a session that discussed developing technology for vetting immigrants. The Immigration and Customs Enforcement is reportedly looking into ways to use machine learning technology and social media monitoring to identify people for visa denial and to select people for deportation from the United States. Okay, now that's the point of today's broadcast. Why so much tracking and monitoring? Think about it. They have cameras on stoplights, highway cameras as you drive down the road. Yes, they do track us by cell phones. Also, our television sets, my understanding is since 1985, while they are on and while they are off, just as we look at the TV, I understand, can also look back at us. Scary thing, isn't it? Also, they track us, of course, by landlines. You do know that you just because you have a landline and your phone is on the hook, they have it called hot on the hook. Just because your phone is on the hook does not turn off the microphone. And the powers that be, if they want to, can come in and access any one or all of those landlines. Guess what? That's right. They can do the same thing with your cell phone. So basically, as we walk around, we're carrying a tracking device, if they want to, that can tell us exactly where we are. They can turn on the microphone, and they can pick up everything that cell phone hears. They can track us by internet access, overhead drones, overhead satellites. They can track the doctors, the hospitals we go to. Yes, they can track us by social security number, driver's license number, credit cards. My goodness, we are a tracking society. We even track our dogs, our horses. We track our packages. Why, we can even track a lost or stolen cell phone. We are a tracking society. Now, yes, tracking things has a lot of advantages. But let me ask you this. Do you, as a Christian, as a prophecy student, do you see an inherent problem with being tracked all the time? Oh, please tell me you said yes to that. Please tell me you know. Okay, well, point of this broadcast is we're going to assume that maybe you don't know or maybe you don't know all of the different ramifications and how that's right. Bible prophecy once again comes ringing into our society. Yes, all of these articles today have to do with Bible prophecy. So, why is it we should be concerned about being tracked? Well, the simple answer is because, well, when there are good people behind that tracking, that can be good. Ask yourself this. What if there's someone bad behind that tracking? Ask yourself this. What if Hitler had all of the technology that we have today? And let's say you were on his bad list and he wanted to find you. In other words, the point is, brothers and sisters, if you want to be anonymous in today's society, well, good luck with that. If you want to be anonymous, these days is pretty difficult. If you do not want to be found by law enforcement, if you do not want to be found by anyone, if you just want to live your life in private in today's society, not going to happen. Not going to happen. Let's go to Revelation 13. Talk about it in relation to Bible prophecy. Now, the whole chapter relates to what we're talking about, but I'm going to jump to specifically verse 14. And he deceiveth them. Let's talk about the false prophet. Deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the first beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image. I just talked about this yesterday, which is probably going to be a clone, half man, half devil, to put it simply. So this clone that we on the earth make then turns around and says, everybody got to worship this guy over here, which he's pointing to the Antichrist. Everybody's got to, and if you don't, we're going to kill you. Here's what it says. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that's the clone, and the image of the beast should both speak and cause, that's giving orders, speak and cause as many as would not worship the beast should be killed. You see, as long as the good guy's tracking you and monitoring you, not a problem. But you got to ask yourself, so what happens when the world government decides they wants to find you? What happens when the Antichrist is after you? He wants to make you take the mark. Do you see a problem? Let's go on to the next verse. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, that just about means everybody, to receive a mark on their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell. That's no man might buy or sell. That means everything. That means that this guy is going to be a tracker. That means he's going to track every package, every purchase. It's all going to have to go through his approval. And nobody gets to purchase anything unless you've joined up to the New World Order, unless you've taken that mark. Listen to what it says. And no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here's wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for the number of a man, and his number is 666. That is the most popular verse in the whole Bible. People don't even know about the Bible, don't even know about Jesus. They know the number of the devil is 666. Now, let's jump to another part, still in Revelation 13. Let's jump backwards a bit. This is talking about there is a war coming. Oh, I'm not talking about just a military war. It probably involves that too. But there's a war of words, a battle coming. Here's what the Antichrist is going to do. He's going to stand up and he's going to call you bad names. Christians, bad names. Church, bad names. Bible, bad names. Listen to what it says. And he opened his mouth and blasphemed against God, to blaspheme his name, his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given to him. Who gave it to him? God. God gives the Antichrist permission to make war with the saints and to defeat them or to overcome them. And it was given to him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds, tongues, and nations. That's everybody. And all that dwell on the earth shall worship him. That's all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, except those people whose names are written in the book of life. Then he goes on, and there's two places in Revelation where it gives this stunning, scary warning to Christians. Listen to what it says. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you what it's saying before I read it. That way you'll be able to spot it a little bit faster. What it's about to say is, Christians, if you turn people over to the New World Order, people that haven't taken the mark, if you report people into the world government, into this bad guy, if you report them, you're going to be reported. And then the second part is even more scary. Then it says, if you kill people having to do with the New World Order, having to do with pushing this mark of the beast, pushing this world government, if you kill them, you're going to be killed. I don't like it, but this is what it says. Listen, Revelation 13:10. And he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. What does it say? He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with a sword. Here is the patience and faith of the saint. Now, that word patience, it's not saying don't get mad. That's saying don't quit. Here's the way we'd say that today. Here is the ability not to quit and walk away from Jesus. Stick with me, saints. That's what he's saying when he says, here's the patience and faith of the saints. He's saying, stick with me, don't quit. Because I'm going to allow some things. I'm going to allow this New World Order guy, this Antichrist, this fall, I'm going to let him say some really bad things about me, and I am going to give him a mouth and permission to do it for 3.5 years. Why? We'll be right back after this message. I memorized the book of Revelation, and in the process, God gave me 12 awesome revelations. My biggest revelation, what is the morning star? Who are the two witnesses? The final answer to the rapture question. Definitive proof that America is in Revelation. 7 signs to spot the Antichrist early. The surprising final plague on earth. And kings and priests. What's the third woe? Who are the nations? Are all the saints kings and priests, or some kings, some priests? Both DVDs gift of $40 at prophecyclub.com. Over 150 conferences and 50 debates defending the King James Version gives Adam Johnson the right to tell us what is the best Bible version in his new triple DVD set called King James or 400 Counterfeits, available at prophecyclub.com. Gift of $45, prophecyclub.com. And now, back to the program. And permission to do it for 3.5 years. Why? A test. Same thing with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. If you fall down and worship my God, if you fall down and worship that golden image, well. But if not, that same hour you're going to be tossed into a burning fiery furnace. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego said the same thing. They said the right thing. They said, well, Be it known to you, O king, that we're not going to serve your gods, and we're not going to worship your golden image. Brothers and sisters, if I may say one thing, that we today, living in 2018, if there's one thing that we today must remember, it's that. Be it known to you, O Antichrist, we're not going to serve you. We're not going to worship you. You can cut our head off. You can cut our hands off. You can torture us. You can beat us. You can lock us up. You can do whatever you want to our body. I can't stop that, but you can't make me worship you, and I'm not going to do it. You see, that's the attitude, brothers and sisters. Look, that's where we're going. Next scripture. Now let's go to Revelation 14. We'll start at verse 6. And I saw another angel flying in the midst of heaven. Oh, this one here, this is real important. Having the everlasting gospel. You remember Jesus said that this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached to all the world, and then shall the end come. That's what this is talking about. Having the everlasting gospel to preach to them that dwell on the earth, to every nation, kindred, tongue, and people. That's everybody. And this is the very simplest, the everlasting gospel that the angel flies to the ear, and every ear on earth hears it. It's one simple sentence. Fear God and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come. Worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters. It doesn't get any simpler than that. Why does he say it? Because the end is here. And why does he say it before this verse? Oh, listen to the next verse. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon. Oops. Babylon's what the Bible calls America. It says, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all the nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Here's the way we say this. America is fallen. She falls twice, one at the beginning of World War III and then one at the end of the tribulation. This one is talking about the second fall, the one just at the end, just before Jesus returns. The first one is because of sins in the church. The second one is because of the shed blood of Christians. Let me say it again. First one at the beginning of World War III, and that is because of sins in our nation, sins in the church. The second one is because she shed the blood of saints and of prophets. Now let's go on. America is fallen, that great nation, because she caused all of the other nations to fall away from Jesus. That's the way you say that. And the third angel followed, saying with a loud voice, oh, this is a big warning. This is a real big, this is the warning, the final warning. If any man worship the beast and his image, and receiveth his mark in his forehead and her hand. And now he's about to tell you what's going to happen. You take that mark. Let me just tell you, brothers and sisters, you don't want to take that mark. You might lose your head. They might water torture you. They might cut your hands off. But you don't want to take that mark. Here's what happens. This is what he's saying. Here's what you take that mark. Here's what comes. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture, means it's not watered down. It's not cut. It's going to be really, really, really bad torture. Without mixture, into the cup of his indignation, means he's angry. He's furious, those people that take that mark. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, in the presence of the Lamb, and the smoke, listen, of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever. What do you say? The smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Now, let me explain what that's saying. At the end of the burning, after Jesus has returned and used the morning star, and he's destroyed all of the tares, at the end of this world, when this world goes in finally, the door is shut. There's no more virgins that can get in after that. The door's shut. Those that are guilty are filthy remain filthy still. Those that are righteous remain righteous still. In other words, the door is shut. The judgment is set. No one else falls away. No one else gets saved. At that point, after the judgment, there's 5 days of judgment. After the judgment, there's two groups of people and then the other. Now, let me explain. The first group is those people whose names is in the book of life. Second group of people, those people whose names are not in the book of life, they're not. They got tossed into the fire that burneth with fire, the lake that burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death, or soul death. So they're not. The second group are the nations. These are the people that survived the tribulation, but they didn't take the mark, but they didn't accept Jesus either. And they're allowed to live for another 1,000 years. But what's the third group, Stan? The third group is the beast, the false prophet, and Satan, and those that have the mark of the beast. Now, let me explain. There's a scripture that says, and this is right after, or actually before Armageddon, I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him on the horse and his army. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet, which wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that had worshipped his image. These both were cast into the lake, burning with fire and brimstone. Then you go over to Daniel, and it says, and his body was burned, but his soul, in other words, his soul is tossed into the lake of fire. That's what happens to the people that take the mark of the beast. They aren't the fortunate ones whose name are not in the book of life. The ones whose names are not in the book of life, they're in. Okay, it's done. It's over. They're tossed into the lake of fire, that soul death, and it's over. And as Obadiah says, they will be as though they had not been. We will not ever remember them. They are gone. Gone, gone, gone. But the people in the third group, that would be the beast, the false prophet, and then after the 1,000 years, then Satan also is tossed in to the lake of burning with fire and brimstone. But it says that the beast, the false prophet, and Satan are tortured day and night forever and ever. In other words, yes, they're still tossed into the lake of fire. Yes, that's still soul death for everybody, but these three groups of people, and that is the beast, the false prophet, Satan, and the people that take that mark of the beast. Listen to what it says. Listen to what it says. The smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever. What does that sound to you like? Sound me like you take the mark of the beast, you're tormented forever and ever. In other words, you're not tossed in there for soul death. You don't get the privilege of dying, and that may be a privilege. You take that mark of the beast, brothers and sisters, it's forever. And listen to what it says. Look, I'm reading from Revelation 14:11. The smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest. Let me say it again, no rest, day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. In other words, you're going to be there with the beast, the false prophet, with Satan, and all the other people that took the mark of the beast, and you don't get soul death. You get torment forever and ever and ever, have no rest, day or night. It is a forever torment. Now, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to motivate you. I'm trying to say, whatever whatever happens, you don't take that mark. 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 Now, here's the second warning. The second warning in all of Revelation given to the saints. Listen to what it says. Remember the first warning, and he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. And he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and faith of the saints. In other words, don't turn people over to the New World Order. Don't kill people. Don't try to stop the New World Order. This is my plan. I'm putting forth this plan, and I'm doing it to test my people. Here's the second warning. Here's the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. In other words, he's saying, my people, listen up. And I heard a voice from heaven saying to me, write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord henceforth. That doesn't sound to me like Jesus promising anybody they're going to get raptured out. Now does it? Let me read it again. Right. Blessed are the dead which die in the Lord henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. See, not everybody gets their works to follow them. And I believe that this happens just prior, I'm going to say, in the last 4 months before Jesus returns. In the last 4 months, yeah, there's going to be a lot of Christians killed. A lot of believers. But they're going to get a blessing. He says, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors and their works to follow them. Now, the point of those two warnings is this. Don't quit, don't quit, don't quit, don't quit. Don't quit Jesus. Don't walk out on him. Don't do it. Don't fight against the New World Order. I know I don't even like saying those words, but I'm telling you, that's what the Bible says. Don't fight against the New World Order. Don't kill people trying to stop the New World Order. It is of God. It is His plan, His test to bring this on. And then the next thing He says is, some of you going to die. Some of my people going to die, and I'm not going to be there to stop them. I'm not going to be there to rapture them out. I'm not going to be there like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to pull them out of that flame of the furnace. This time, I'm going to let them die. But now you do know that they say that the martyr's blessing is this. The martyr's blessing is you never feel the sword. You never feel the fire. I mean, go read Fox's Book of Martyrs. Countless times. People talk about how they see people rejoicing as the fire is melting their skin off of their bones. You know, back when people were going to have to go through that, okay? You read that book, and apparently it's true. There's a martyr's blessing. In other words, we don't feel the pain when the pain is for Jesus. But whether we feel the pain, whether we don't feel the pain, brothers and sisters, I don't want to be tormented forever. I don't want my name to be taken out of the book of life. So there is no way I'm going to take that mark. And that's the point of this broadcast. Yes. Why do you think they're doing all this tracking? They're doing it because one of these, and they might not even understand. That's why the stoplights have cameras. Highways have cameras. They track us by cell phones, landlines, internet, drones, satellite. They're going to monitor our hospital visits, driver's license. That's right. Why they're tracking you. Because one of these days, if you aren't on their list, they want you. They're looking for you. They want to round you up, slap handcuffs on you, put you on your knees, and you say, see that man right there? You want to worship him, or you want to lose your head? And you're going to say, you know what? I don't want to worship him. I don't want to die, but I'd rather die than to worship him. You know, if you think about it, if you can just get your courage up just a little bit, if you just get your courage up for just long enough, you know, really the right thing to do might be, for some of us, to just walk right into the enemy's camp and say, okay, I'm not going to take that mark. I'm here to get the highest blessing. Stand you're sick. Yeah, I know. Well, maybe you'd feel the same way I do if you'd memorized Revelation 2. Anyway, point is, this world is going away, brothers and sisters. It's going away. And it's not going to last too many more years. It's going away. Is your name in the book of life? Have you made reservations for eternity? If not, turn to Jesus with your whole heart. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your prayers. And thank you for your gifts of support. God bless. Now from the Prophecy Club, some exciting opportunities for you. Dr. Bree Keaton just made a brand new DVD, and I love it. It's called Is Trump or Patrick Henry? Now, it's not a political talk. Bree's mother was a descendant of the patriot Patrick Henry. She reveals shocking, never-released private family records, bloodlines, and gives you the true story of how God used Patrick Henry to save America. Dr. Bree holds 2 doctorates, prayer walked 50 countries spanning 6 continents, but what she does in this talk is lift your spirits, encourages you. To me, I think she helped me to see more clearly where we are and where we're going, because most of history has already repeated itself. And those that don't know their history are doomed to repeat it. I promise you will like this DVD. Is Trump by Patrick Henry? Gift of $30, prophecyclub.com. Matter of fact, I think they got a gift offer going on it now. Is Trump by Patrick Henry? prophecyclub.com. The Watchman's Trumpet will allow you to gift free coupons to friends to watch Prophecy Club DVDs online. They get saved, and it counts toward your book of works because it was done in cooperation with the Prophecy Club. When you donate for Watchman's Trumpet, end your gift in a 7, and we'll give you 20% extra viewing credits for helping create the program. The cost to write the program ranges from $70,000 to $150,000 from 2 to 6 months to write. Once Watchman's Trumpet is online, you can set up your account for $1 and get 4 credits, or you may choose a larger block of credits. You can immediately begin to watch any Prophecy Club DVD or send out free gift coupons to others. Send your best gift to prophecyclub.com now to help us write the program. Make the last digit of your donation a 7, and we'll give you 20% extra viewing credits in the new Watchman's Trumpet program when it comes online at prophecyclub.com. prophecyclub.com, Watchman's Trumpet.